are tuned into the Lily Jade Show on 95.9 FM, where we mix music, culture, and conversations that inspire. I'm your host, DJ Lily Jade, and today we have a very special guest in the building. The one and only Rhymecology. This man is on a mission to teach the world how hip hop and lyricism can change lives. From classrooms to community spaces, Rhymecology, welcome to the show.
Thank you, thank you. What a great intro. How
Thank
you doing, Lily
you.
Jade?
It's such an honor. So
Thank
let's start from the beginning. How did Rhymecology come to life?
you. Rhymecology came to life by me combining my two favorite things into one. So my two favorite things are hip hop culture, hip hop lyricism specifically, um, as well as helping people. So rhymecology is the science of rhyme, but it also helps people express, discover, and recreate their stories through hip hop lyrics. So it's like therapy meeting lyricism. So I combined the two worlds and then created rhymecology.
So you're a rhymecologist?
I am literally a rhyme. I'm the one and only rhymecologist, Lily Jade.
Ah. When did you realize hip hop could be more than just music, but a tool for education and self expression?
Great question. So for me, hip hop definitely helped me as a youngster to feel feelings that I couldn't put words to. So I knew from the beginning that there was something special about the energy of hip hop and the feeling that it provided. And then when I started working with kids, your age, younger, a little older, I realized that one of the best ways to communicate with the children I was working with was through hip hop. And so I already had loved it since I was a kid. But then when I decided
The
to like,
kids.
bring it into like my sessions, I really made a better connection with everyone I work with.
Well, that's great because I actually started from the basement when I was 5 DJing, and now recently I just had a talk with the reading and remixing class down at Stanford. I was the guest lecturer.
Well, hey, congratulations! I'm glad Stanford is catching on to this. That's a good. Better late than never. So I'm glad that you got to be the one to school them.
Mm. Yeah, I be DJing across the country, so.
Oh, I know you do. I know you do.
Okay. But now we are going to have some fun. One thing we talked about before the interview is breaking down the first verse of Jay-Z's What More Can I Say? For my listeners, this is where hip hop meets English class. Rhymecology, walk us through why this verse is a lyrical masterpiece. Wait, but before we do that, I have some clips for you from Jay-Z in the studio.
And explain it to y'all, man. I just comes out there for me. I start mumbling. They say you put the right artist with the right track in the studio, leave the door crack and let God in.
It's never been long, this hood, or this pop, this hot, or this strong with so many different flows. This one's for this song, the next one I switch up. This one will get fit up.
Okay, yeah. All right, so that's the song, right? So you guys said you're big Jay-Z fans over there. So, why don't we just look at this?
This right here we call a magic.
Right here.
Okay, so look, he starts off here, never been a brother this good for this long, this hood, this pop, this hot, or this strong. So this is the first couplet, right? So this is a couplet. His first two bars is a couplet. And what we see here is we see three focal points in the rhyme. We've got good and hood, we've got long and strong, and then we've got sandwiched in the middle, which we call a shadow box at my school for emceeing, pop and hot. That's in the middle of the end rhymes. Okay, so that rhyming already is pretty cool. But also, he's saying there's never been someone this hood that can also be this pop, which is really the truest statement, because he really kept it real to, you know, his Marcy background, but he also went mega pop, like popular, right? So there really hasn't been someone who was ever that hood while also being pop, also being that popular, especially in his prime. So that's just the first two.
Staying
Then
true
he,
to himself by expanding.
say it again.
Staying true to himself by expanding.
By expanding. Yeah, he did right. And then he's done a lot of things with his popularity and fame. So many different flows. This one's for this song. Next one I switch up. This one will get bit up. Basically, you know, right here he's saying, you know, I can flow any which way. And he's gonna change it after this song because this one's gonna be bitten. This one's gonna be copied, right? So then that's setting up this scheme where he's going to talk a lot about people copying his style and his rhymes, right? So these F's too lazy to make it up, right? They're crazy. They don't paint pictures. They just trace me. Great visual effect, right, Lily Jade? So he's not just saying people aren't creating their own art. They're just tracing his own lyrics that he
Trying to
already
be like him, trying to copy him.
yeah. They just trace me. You know what? And now there's a reason why he says this, you know what, so loudly. You know what? Soon they forget where they plucked their whole style from and they try to reverse the outcome. I'm like, so if you look back where he says they don't paint pictures, they just, like, why did he pronounce that just so strongly? He could have just said, they just trace me. But he said, they just trace me. That's because he wanted to emphasize the just to rhyme with, you know what? And then come back to where the style was plucked from. So this is what we call a scheme. He's got a quatrain, which is 4 bars, and he's scheming on people copying him. Now, this is also interesting. He says, I'm not a biter, I'm a writer for myself and others. So what does that mean? He's a ghostwriter, right? So he's written other people's lyrics. We know he famously wrote for Dr. Dre.
Songwriters Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame, yeah, and he got paid to write "Still Dre," which, you know, was one of the few things that we leaked. But you know that he got $75,000 just to write the verse for Dre. So anyway, he's not a biter. He's a writer for others. Now here's an interesting part here. I say a big verse. I'm only bigging up my brother. A lot of people. Go ahead.
I said Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, exactly. And so he quotes Biggie's lyrics a lot. And a lot of people are like, why does he keep quoting Biggie? Like, you know, like you're your own writer. Why do you keep quoting him so often? And so here he's kind of calling out those people saying, if I say a big verse, I'm only bigging up my brother, bigging up my borough because I'm big enough to do it. Now, why this is important is it goes back to the last quatrain where he's saying other people are copying me. And he's like, but I can say a Biggie verse because I'm big enough to do it, right? Wordplay on the big, of course. But at the same time, he's like, I'm allowed to do it because I've already written so much and I'm so great. I'm allowed to do it. But you can't copy me is basically what he's trying to say. So it's kind of a cool.
Do as I say, not what I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So look, and so he got big. So you know, he's what we call at my school glitching on the bigging up my brother, and I'm big enough to do it. So he's kind of got like 3 different meanings for the big there.
Oh.
And then you know, big out my borough. And then why did he say borough? Because he wanted to rhyme with thorough at the beginning of the next line, even though it's not at the end. He's doing it kind of in the middle, borough and thorough. So plus, you know, so the rings and things you talk about, bring them out and start when the barrel's in your mouth. Now this is cool. I'm in new sneakers, dual seaters, few divas. Here he's rhyming what we call a perfect compound rhyme 3 times in the one line. New sneakers, dual seaters, few divas. Right?
Oh wow.
And so he's smashing in 3 rather than spreading it out over 2. So pretty. You know, he's just like, okay, let me show you my compound rhyming here. Now, we can end on this, but you can already see how amazing this is. And then what more can I tell you? So this whole thing is just kind of like, this was his Black album, which was supposed to be his last album, right, at the time. And so he goes, what more can I tell you? He's like, I've already said it all. It's kind of the theme of this song. But here's a really interesting part. Check this out, Lily Jade. Let me spell it out for you. WILLIE. Okay, what is that? Willie. So Willie, that's kind of a term, right, for Big Willie, meaning, the big dog, the big boss. I'm the big guy, right? Willie. But then what is the last three is LIE in that. And then notice he says, nobody truer. So truer is the opposite of a lie, which is the LIE, right? So everyone's going to think of LIE and HOV as the rhyme, but really the part that he's kind of like showing you here is the truer, and is the antithesis of the LIE part. Really, just kind of real slick there. And then back for more, back for more. I'm back for more. That's 4 syllables. Ambassador, 4 syllables. Nice rhyme there. Prime Minister, back to finish my rhyme. So, just in that 16 bars, you really get to see a lot of different things that he can do, from rhyming to wordplay to images painted to also being, just braggadocious, saying I'm the man, etc. So that's a pretty good example of great lyricism from your guy, Sean Carter, Hova, Jay-Z.
Is he the greatest?
Is he the greatest? Well, look, if you looked at his entire catalog and what he said, being hood while also being pop, while also, bringing on people, like, if someone made that argument, I think it would be hard to argue it. There's people who have different tastes, but if you really look at, what he did as far as being able to be mainstream and lyrical, it was a pretty good run. I think it'd be hard to argue that. Like, some people may have different favorites and all that, but if you said that, I'm not gonna like fight you on it. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're just now joining us, I'm here with the rhymecologist on the Lily Jade Show today. Well, now it's Pop Quiz Music Edition. First concert.
Literally, my first concert was a rock band called Aerosmith. They famously did Walk This Way with Run DMC.
Walk This Way, Run DMC.
Yeah.
What was your most recent concert?
Ooh. Well, I was at a show last week with Corrupt and Rascass, and it wasn't really like a big concert, but I was right next to them on stage as they were performing, and so that was pretty cool to be with Sway. It's DJ Sway and Tech and all that. So that was fun.
Who have you seen the most?
Probably Common. Yeah.
I love Common as well.
Oh yeah, probably seen Common the most.
Who are you happy you got to see that may not be doing concert anymore or are no longer with us?
I'm happy. Honestly, I'm happy to see. I was happy to see Rakim. Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim is one of my favorites ever. And so I think I was very happy to see him because he doesn't tour too much.
Who do you wish you could have seen?
Probably MF Doom. Anyone who's passed away, DMX. So many passed away in the last few years. I can't even count. So anybody who's no longer here with us, which is so many. Probably Heavy D. Heavy D would have been the best show for me, but he's passed.
That's great. Who will you see next?
I'm not even sure, to be honest. Are you coming to LA? Can I see you next?
And we can actually make that happen. I've been wanting to come down there. I just didn't know when. I just needed a reason to just randomly come down there. So
Let's
we're
say Lily Jade will be next on the trip.
well, before we wrap up, how can educators, parents, or artists connect with you and bring rhymecology into their schools or programs?
Okay, so Rhymecology is available for schools. I've written actually 3 books, breaking
Oh, wow.
through with bars. This is like the hip hop therapy book. I've got a book called The Art of Hip Hop Lyrics. These are 2 books that this one teaches people the fundamentals of hip hop rhyming, and this is a hip hop therapy book. So that's all available on rhymecology.com. And from rhymecology.com, you can get a hold of me or on my currently viral Instagram page, which is at Rhymecology as well. So
That's how we found you.
yeah, it's been pretty fun breaking down bars to my kids and seeing everyone's reaction on it. So yeah, look, at Rhymecology, we'll lead you to rhymecology.com, which you can get books, and you can also bring me on to teach. As we just did this fun breakdown here in 5 minutes. Imagine a whole class on it.
Hey, I'm the youth ambassador for the Cleveland Public Library, so we're gonna have to bring you into town and talk about your books.
There we go. Get these books in the library.
Yeah, we gotta get them in the library. I know I'll be the first to check them out. Well, you've been listening to the Lily Jade Show. Stay inspired, keep creating, and remember, hip hop is education. Catch me next week for another dope conversation. And also, one more time, thank you to my guests, the Rhymecologists, for coming on to my show today. This your girl, DJ Lily Jade.